Welcome to MOTD. Today I'm looking at a really fun mod. It's not really immersion at all, it takes you out of the immersion, but who cares? Some of them can be used with immersion, to be quite honest, but this is more of a fun mod, something you do for fun. I mean, like I said, some of these, or I should say most of these, can be used without breaking immersion, but there's one or two which do, but we'll talk about that when it comes to it. Either way, this mod is called Monster Mounts, and it does require Dawn Guard. And I'm sure by looking around you can see the monster mounts all around me. And there's plenty of them. I believe there's 21 or 22 of them. And they are situated in and around Riverwood. And yes, you can ride every single one. We'll go test one real quick, and I'm going to show you every single one. But let's start with this. Here we go. And look, let's zoom the camera out. You can adjust your Skyrim.ini file to adjust the camera. But look at this. Yes! And there's some more mounts down here. Giants, they're everywhere. Even a female vampire lord, which is entertaining. And a gargoyle. Overall, this is a fun mod. I mean, the size of it is just funny. It's just awesome. Anyway, I'll just go over the mounts that you can get before I show you them. I got them from mount over here, a Draugr in like skeleton gear. Either way, you can get a Vampire Lord female. Now, before I go any further actually, I'd like to say what I'm reading off right now is actually being translated, or I should say has been translated from a different language. So, I'm going to read exactly what it says on paper, so it might sound weird or out of place or in wrong order. So, I'm just saying that now. Anyway, Vampire Lord female, Gargoyle, a Husky, Armoured Husky, Deer Glowing, Charas Flyer, or Charas Flyer, Falmer Vampire, yay, Skeleton Horse, which is basically a large version of Avrak, Frozen Charas, a Black Skeleton, Death Hound, Saber Cat Glow, Troll Frost Armoured. You see what I mean there? It's a bit out of order, but you get what it means. Draugr Skeleton Armour, a Daedra, which is I think is a spider, I'm not sure. We'll get to it anyway. We've got the Winged Twilight, the Frost Giant Brute, and I believe with that one you've got to use your weapon to actually move fast. So yeah, we've also got a female Atronach, a Demonic Horse, a Dragon Skeleton. Is that a Dragon Skeleton? I'm trying to read. It's something like that. No, it isn't. I think it's Draman Skeleton. Either way, you'll see it. And we've got Spider-Man. Yes, we have got Spider-Man, which definitely breaks immersion, but wait until you see it, it's funny enough. Anyway, let's go through the mounts, one by one. Here is the Vampire Lord female, and very large. I mean, my guy goes to a kneecap, so she's very large. Her head looks a bit weird up there. She looks kind of retarded, but either way, let's get on her. Let's get on her. And yay, here we are. We're on the Vampire Lord female. And her face is kind of like a baboon, if I'm honest, but forget about that. Now let's use her. Now this one is like using a normal person. You run around like a normal person, except you're massive, but if you sprint, you can fly. Even though I shouldn't do that into a wall, because that's kind of retarded. But let's get into some open space. Yes, you can fly with the wings, just like being a Vampire Lord. But it's extremely crazy. We've got more mounts around here. I'm getting stuck on walls. You have to remember, it's not a normal character. When you're using this female Vampire Lord, because it's like a person, it feels like you're actually playing as a normal character, but you got to remember you're not. You're playing as technically a horse, a mount. So it moves like a horse, so that's why the movement's a bit weird. But either way, it's cool. We have our massive gargoyle friend over here, and he is truly massive. I mean, forget about kneecap size, I'm the size of his fucking foot. He's one massive guy. Let's mount this guy. When you're playing as this guy, I've already had a spin on this guy earlier, and he's massive. Again, and you've got quite a bit of speed behind you. Again, it's quite crazy. And you can't even sprint, as you can see, you can get faster. And you can fall off him though, I've noticed, by doing this. Sometimes you can fall off doing big jumps, which is kind of funny if you can make it happen. Your guy just goes in like a limp mode and just falls over. It's quite legendary. If anybody's played Saints Row back on the Xbox in 2006 and you randomly fall over and it's just funny as all, you'll know what I mean. The same principle applies. Anyway, this is probably one of my favourites, just because you look like a complete badass when you are using this mount. It's just absolutely crazy, to say the least, and I do like it a lot. Now next up we have the Husky, and since I'm trying to save some time on the video, there's no point riding both because they are essentially the same. One is not armoured, one is armoured, so let's have a look at both, and again they are massive, and then I will ride the armoured one. Just basically a Husky, just like many times the scale, like 5 times the scale or whatever. And ooh, what's that? I've just noticed we've got a spider down there. I think that's the Daedra, and hopefully it is, because we need to see that later. But yes, I'm on my Husky, but the move, dog! Get off your fat ass! Come on, move! I want to ride you. There we go. And we've got our Husky. Now that's the size compared to a normal dog. Like I said, about 5 times the size, roughly.
Good dog.
Good dog. Here is the glowing deer, or the deer glowing, how it's been written down. But yeah, here it is. And yeah, it's got like zebra stripes. It's trying to eat me! No! Do not eat the Daedra. Yeah, you can see it kind of glows. Its stripes like go faded and then come to life. So do the eyeballs, like that. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, let's ride it. Yay! A deer. Move! Stop grazing. I demand you to move. It's just like a dog thing, I think. When you get on it, it's like it's doing something. So you got to like get off it and get back on to move it. Stop grazing, you stupid animal. Ah, to hell with it. You know it looks like it's a deer. I can't seem to get it to drive. Ooh, it's leg glitch. I just said drive. Are we working? This is quite fast. Gazelle speed. And yes, I do know I said drive, which is kind of retarded because Spider-Man! You just saw Spider-Man! You were not supposed to see that until later on, but ooh, skeleton. But you've just seen it. Either way, forget about it. Ooh. Ah. Forget what you just saw. And I mean it now. Go on, break out the pen and wipe your eyes. Flash your eyes right now. You've not seen a thing. And next up is one of my favourites, probably my most favourite, the Norris Flyer. Now, this is awesome. You can fly, but it's not flying in the traditional sense because you kind of hover, if you notice. You don't really fly, but it's still cool regardless. And a second ago, an interesting fact, a spider just came down in front of my face, Tom Clancy style, upside down on its web between me and the computer screen. I swear to God that these spiders have got a death wish. Either way, this is one of my favourites, regardless of it being a gigantic insect. Now these two dudes are the Falmer vampires. Now there's 2 variations of these, so really you could say there's 22 mounts, not 21, so yeah, like I said at the start. This is the normal Falmer vampire, and this one is the Falmer vampire Shaman. So this is the Shaman version, just with like wings on the back or whatever. So let's ride this one out of curiosity. Same, I think it just looks different, but it's the same roughly. Hey. It's not one of the best mounts, but it's still a mount, regardless. It's like, hey look, I found a Falmer in the woods and I can mount it. Now I'm sure most of you will recognise this. This is the skeleton horse, or in other words, a giant Avrak. So let's give this a ride. It'll be nothing too special, just big. Ooh shit, Spider-Man. Out of the angle, Spider-Man. It's not your time to shine yet. It's not your time to shine. Ooh. My head. Yeah, just a standard Avrak. Just very, very big. I found our frozen Charas. Here it is. Quite a big one. Right now, its tail is underneath the ground, so it's hard to tell, but this is quite big, put it that way. This is something you really want to try out. Now let's get the camera appropriately zoomed out. It's grazing again. There you go. I've got control, and very fast, and very creepy. But very fast. And you can sprint again. I'm doing Terminator bug walk. Nah, very fast, and again, this is a favourite of mine. So is that guy from the start of the video. Don't know what he's called yet, but we'll find out. I think it's an armoured troll, or whatever. Either way, we'll find out in a minute. And this big fellow is our black skeleton. Very large, and he seems very angry, to be quite honest. It's like, come on, I'm only going to ride you. It's not that bad. You might enjoy it. Hey, this guy runs funny as hell. This is legendary. Look how he runs. You gotta admit, oh, watch out, he's dead. Oh, you have to admit, this skeleton runs epically funny. I mean, this is what I call epic win right here. This is just amazing. I love how he runs. Totally love it. Oh my god. Look at him. Ah, he's going crazy. It looks like he's having an epileptic fit. Of course, you know why. He's trying to target me. He thinks this guy's an asshole. I've got to kill him. But he's on my neck and behind my shoulder blades. Either way, just how this guy runs and how he acts when he stands still is funny enough for me to count him as a favourite. But I want to try her over there. She is creeping me out. Creeping me to fuck. Here's our common Death Hound, which most people will be familiar with. Nothing special, just a Death Hound. I'll ride it anyway. No longer trying to kill you. Now your friendly mount. Your friendly neighbourhood mount, maybe? Yes, he's coming up soon. You can see Spider-Man in action soon. He's up there. Don't see the Spider-Man. This is our glowing saber cat. Just like the deer, the same kind of effect on the skin. This is more like a leopard this time, but again it glows eventually. And you can see its lovely effects. But you've seen me ride one of these before on different mods, and they are very fast. So let's try this out, assuming he's not grazing. Yay! He's actually quite slow, to be quite honest with you. I mean, you've seen the other mods by Monty when there's been a saber cat. It's been very fast. So I was expecting this to be fast as well, but this must be like a normal speed for it. Monty must be boosting those guys up. And of course, this massive guy is the armoured Frost Troll, which you saw at the start of the video. I'll still jump on him real quick and have a quick 15-second ride or so of him. But you saw him at the start anyway. This is the armoured Frost Troll, and to me, this is like King Kong, how he moves and stuff, which is alright. But this is basically a larger version of the Frost Troll in the game. That down there, can I go in first person mode? No, I can't. That down there is the original Frost Troll from the game, and this is ours. Now you can see a massive difference. It's crazy, but either way, this is my favourite one, pretty much. I mean, lore-wise, because this looks kind of realistic. I mean, some might think, is it fuck? But when you think about it, who says you can't find something this big in the wilds? It is Skyrim after all, it is magical. And this guy just looks epic. This is like a crazy mount for the ultimate Dragonborn, to say the least. So this is my favourite, regardless of if it's lore friendly or not. And this is our armoured Draugr. Again, he's very tall. Not the tallest, but he's still quite tall. And I expect he will run just like the black skeleton because it's got the same kind of base to it. And he's following my every move of his head. So get ready for a similar movement. There we go. Yep, he runs exactly the same. So quite comical, except this time you've got armour on. But personally, I think it's hard to look badass when you're running like this. But personally, I think the black one looks much better due to the comic value, because you can see the bones so much more better. And that is the one I want to look at. That is creepy. The face is creepy. Now then, let's jump on this Daedra. It looks like a spider, which is foaming at the lips. Yeah, he's foaming. Yes, with a body on top. She looks kind of pissed off, to say the least. Maybe she's on a menstrual cycle right now. Who's to say? Anyway, let's give this bad boy a ride. Now, am I going to go behind her, on her tits, or on her head? I can't really tell. Ooh, where am I? Oh, I'm behind her. I can see some traffic violations going on. Breaking the code book. I can barely see where I'm going. I mean, I hate spiders. In real life, I cannot stand the bastards. So to me, this is not a mount of my choice. She looks creepy, as it is, but this... Ugh, I hate the movement of the spiders, so... I mean, it's well done. Don't get me wrong. I mean, of course, it's just a large version of a spider with this attached to it, so... But Bethesda did a good job at making the spider legs look real, and the movement look creepy enough as it is, which I already hate. So I can't see myself... Hey, that's good. I can't see myself using this, but it's certainly a fun mount, and I'm sure most of you will like it, or some of you. Now that's crazy. Hello! Want to come into my palace? And here is the hag race. Ooh, nipples are covered again, thank God. In fact, that's similar to that spider woman down there, same kind of model. Actually, in fact, I'm sure this is in the game as like a hag race, or whatever. Either way, it's good. Either way, it's good. But yeah, again, very big. But look, just from looks alone, it's like one of my favourites again, maybe my third most favourite. Let's ride it. Let's ride it. Very slow, to be quite honest. Very, very slow. Here is the female Atronach, or Atronach. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've always said Atronach, but there's no R after the arc, or Ake. So either way, if you know how to pronounce it, tell me in the comments, because I've got no clue. Either way, I'll just say, this is our Atron. Yay! As you can see, it's a female version, a female variation. Can we get a closer look? Yep, we can. There we go. Now let's have a quick ride. Ooh, I'll just pull up on your thigh real quick. Oh. I just feel like I wish I could use the arms and attack someone. I thought I was going to get chopped off there. That would have been quite funny. Again, it's Spider-Man! Get out the camera. Again, this is kind of cool, but... pardon the pun. But, again, not one of my favourites. Because, to me, it's too simplistic, but it's still cool. It is still a good one. Now, apparently, this also contains a frost giant brute. Which, that is one right down there, moving around. But that is an enemy. That is not an actual frost giant brute. And I've had a look around, and there isn't one such as that. The only one we've got is this, which is a giant, and I could say you can call him a brute, but this will be the one, I assume. So yeah, this is our frost giant brute, and let's take a ride. Move, please. Yes, here we go. Very slow, but apparently for this there is a trick to make him go faster, and that involves equipping a weapon. So let's have a look. Right, I've got the weapon. Let's take it out. I still can't move faster. There we go. Yes. So you've got to basically attack with your weapon, and you will put the giant in rampage mode. Here is the demonic horse, and to me personally, it's nothing special. It's basically a skull and bones horse with a flame tail, so it's just like an Avrak version of a horse. Yeah, just basically a horse. I can't see no special features of it, but again, it's just a mount. So again, this is not one of my favourites, it's just another mount to me, but obviously I'm not the one downloading this, you are the guys watching this review, so it's up to you to judge this. I mean, I don't like it personally, I just think it's a common mount, but it still looks good. It's better than most other mounts you see these days, but it's not my style. And don't worry, Spider-Man fans, he's almost here. Just one last mount before we see him, and this is the SpiderMan Skeleton mount. This one looks cool, I'll say that much. And being a skeleton, I'm guessing he moves the same way as the others, except he's got like the demonic horse skull. So let's have a look. Yep, he's doing the head glitch. He's doing the glitch. And yay, we've got the retarded skeleton walk. I've got no hamstrings, so I can't walk properly. And is this our friendly neighbourhood hero, Spider-Man? Ooh, Spider-Man, you've got some a bit of foam on you right there. Do you need a handkerchief? Do you? Yes. Let's have a look at this. I told you this was awesome. Spider movements, but you're Spider-Man. It's one of those mounts. It's ooh, he's got a dented head. He must have been in the car crash. It is funny. It definitely breaks the law, so you can't really use this if you're one of these people, such as myself, who do not like breaking it for themselves on their main character. But either way, this is still really cool, and it's just something funny, and it gives you a break out of the seriousness if you're a role player. You've got some fun. I mean, I love the hands at the front. He's like, give me more. And that is it for another episode of Skyrim's Mod of the Day. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it today, because this mod has put a smile on my face, because some of those mounts were funny, some were awesome, and some were meh. Anyway, you know what to do. Check the box below for its download link. Please like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word of this series. Also, suggestions. Please go to our Steam group, join it, and post in there, because that's the best way to make suggestions. Or we've also got a thread on the Nexus and Bethesda forums, so you can also post suggestions in there, and me and Jay will pick them up. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, as always, and let's go kill Heimska. Heimska, you shall never survive.